honeys, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? I hope all of you are doing fantastic and great. Let me lift this up a little bit. I am super excited to bring you this video to you guys. I cannot wait. You guys are going to love this video if you like junk journaling, okay? Now, I showed you guys on my previous video that I wanted to create a traveler's notebook. I was having a hard time trying to find something that kind of suits my style. I went through this whole conversation on my last video with you guys. I'll link that at the bottom of this video if you guys want to go back and check that out. And I explained to you that I wasn't really happy with the traveler's notebook that I had, so I wanted to create something different. Anyway, it's a long story. The video will be linked at the bottom of this video. So after that, I went in and I started working on my traveler's notebook and I finished it, and I'm super excited. I love this thing so much. It is like my life. I love it. I cannot wait until I start putting things in here. I am so excited, so excited. It came out so pretty, so lovely, so beautiful. I cannot even explain to you. It's just amazing. I love it. I'm not going to show you guys what it looks like because I'm doing something different today for you, okay? It's going to be way too long and I don't want you guys to kill me. So if you guys want to see how this traveler's notebook came out, make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment at the bottom of this video. If I have enough comments to say that they want to see this, then I'll do that for you guys, okay? I don't want to do it now, again, because it's going to be way too long. But trust me, it's beautiful. I love it. Okay. With that being said, I also told you in my previous video that I'm going to be taking this little journal with me as well. So these are going to be the two things that I'm going to take with me while I'm on vacation. This journal little book that I'm taking is going to basically be something that I'm going to document, like random things. If I have something in my mind, if I want to document something that I see, just random, nothing specific, nothing in particular, just whatever random things I want to document, I would like to do that in this little journal. Now, ready for this? Ready? We are going to create inserts for this journal. I was looking at this journal and I was super excited about what I just created here with this one. Okay, super excited, love it. Now, this one looks so poor and so like it needs more love. This needs more love, okay? I definitely have to tell you this needs a lot of love. So we're going to decorate this journal in a way that I feel that I can use and I can make more use out of it, and we're gonna do it together, okay? So what you're gonna need for this project is going to basically be any kind of notebook that you already have. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a notebook, it could be a notepad, it could be whatever you want that resembles a notebook. That's what you're gonna use. You're going to use empty envelopes. This is time to get rid of all these empty envelopes that you have. Listen, we all have birthdays, we all have Christmas, we all go through like different stages of our lives, and our families and friends usually give us cards for birthdays, cards for Christmas, cards for Thanksgiving. You get cards in the mail. I know you have it. Don't tell me you don't. I know that you have a little stash of empty envelopes or maybe postcards with envelopes in a little corner of your craft room or your home. So go to that little section where you have them, dig them out, put them in a little corner, and use the envelopes. This is a perfect time to try to recycle all these envelopes. Doesn't matter if they have like writings in the front. You can always cover that with other things that I'm going to show you. Trust me, you're going to love this video. Take out as many envelopes as you want. Doesn't matter how many, any sizes, any shapes, any colors, doesn't matter. Now, keep in mind that depending on the sizes of the envelopes, depends on how this journal is going to come out. Now, my journal is not that big, so I have to be careful with the sizes of envelopes that I want to put in this journal because I don't want it to be too gigantic. Like, for example, let's see, this is not really that big. This is actually perfect. I don't have a really, oh here, this one. I don't want it to be like gigantic like that, because then it will just come out of the journal. You want it to be the size of your journal, or maybe a little bit smaller. Now, with that being said, if you do like the idea of it having different kinds of sizes, there's nothing wrong with that either. You can also do that. For my preference, this particular journal that I'm going to use, I want it to be kind of small. Okay, so wow, that was a lot. I talked a lot for 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to have different kinds of envelopes. Okay, now I think I'm going to do a two-part video to this particular video, because I think I'm going to create the inserts for this journal, and then on another video we're going to decorate it. How about that? I think that sounds better, right? Because this way it doesn't crash in and is not all squished in one video, and this way we'll take baby steps. So we'll do that, okay? So don't worry about decorating the envelopes. We're going to do that on part 2. All right, so you're going to need some envelopes. You're going to need a scoring little gadget, a spoon, a knife, a fork, whatever you have, doesn't matter. You're going to need some glue. Definitely double-sided tape is the best for this particular project, but again, if you want to use the wet glue, if you want to use any other glue that you prefer, that's fine. Have your stapler handy. We might use it, we might not, but just have it handy just in case you might need to use it for some reason or another. Okay, now with this project, you can also go in through your stash and see if you see any little, I don't know, images that kind of helps with what you're doing. For example, this is a traveler's little junk journal, so obviously I went in and I picked out some of these fantastic images from a book called, here, this book right here. Obviously I'm not going to Rome. I'm not that lucky. I'm going to Florida, which is fabulous because I love Florida. But this book has really, really, really nice, cool images in here. So I went in and I saw some images that I liked. I ripped the pages off, and what I basically did, just bend the pages to make it fit into my journal, and that's basically it. Okay, so you'll have that, and you're also going to need some empty pages, you know, from a notebook, from a journal, doesn't matter, just empty pages, so that you can also use this as a journaling. Okay, that's all you need, nothing else. This is a very, very simple project. Okay, let's get started. Okay, now what I want to do is, I don't want to do this to every single page in this journal, obviously, but I want to do this for every other page or so. So first of all, how I am going to do this is, I like to put, and this is how I like to do it, but you don't have to do it this way. If you want to go right ahead and glue this envelope right onto this page, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. That's fabulous. I probably would do that too. Okay, but I like to make a lot of use of my envelopes, right? So what I like to do is, here, let's put this on the side for now. I like to use envelopes, and I like to intertwine them. Is that the correct word of saying that? Let's just pretend that it is. Okay, I like to put them together like this and make them into little booklets. See that? So this is kind of like a little booklet for myself, and I love this idea because obviously I'm going to definitely have things that I want to put away over here, like images and pictures and like I don't know, brochures or whatever I find, which I'm always finding things. So I have this little space here that I can absolutely put things in here if I want to, and I love that idea. So I like to do that with my envelopes. I like to take a few envelopes, I like to put them together with each other, and I use it as kind of like a little booklet. Okay, that's the first envelope. The second envelope, I did the same thing too. See that? I just tucked them inside. Okay, and then now I have a little booklet. I can put some stuff in here if I want. I can put some stuff in here if I want. And then for this side, I kept this little flap here. I didn't do anything with it because I can always close it with washi tape, which is what I like to do. Okay, that's another one. You have a tiny one here The same concept, okay? Nothing different. Inside each other, make sure you have a little flap on this end, make sure you have another flap on this end, and then you can even use this for kind of, I don't know, maybe like a picture or something that you want to put in here. You can do that as well. Okay, so that's 3 here that I have done. I'm gonna do one with you so you guys can have an idea of how this is done. It's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. Honest to God, this is the simplest thing in the world. You guys know me. I am not one of those girls that like to complicate my life. I hate measuring, and I like things simple, okay? If I don't get things done simple, then I get discouraged. I don't like what I'm doing, and then I stop what I'm doing. So I don't want to get discouraged. I want things done properly but simple, right? So here's 2 envelopes, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this envelope in here, or actually the little flap of the envelope in here, okay? And then what you're going to do is, generally what I like to do is I like the envelopes to be the same. Like for example, these 2 envelopes are the same. I like them to be the same because this way there's no gap in between and it kind of looks cohesive, right? So here, we are going to put this envelope in here, okay? You're going to tuck it in here, and then on this end right here, this is what you're going to glue down to the envelope, okay? And by you gluing this down, you're making yourself a cute little kind of booklet here, okay? Very simple. So let's do that together so you can see how simple this is. Now you also have here, I mean, if you want to use like I don't know, you can seal it also with itself sealed. So I mean, you can, a little bit of water or a little bit of, I don't know, moisture or something, you can seal it, but I don't like using that. I like using my double-sided tape. Okay, here you go. And that by doing that, you're creating yourself a little booklet. See that? That's awesome. Now you can also secure this flap if you want. I don't need to do that, but if you want to secure this flap right here, you can also put glue here. Here, I'll do that with you. I don't do that. I rarely, very rarely do I do that. I like to just leave them the way it is. But if you're a little bit like want to be on the safe side, you can always put some glue on this side, and then once you tuck it in here, okay, that's gonna give you the security that it's not gonna flip open, okay? And now you have 2 little booklets, or 1 booklet right here. Now you can create this as a junk journal. I love making envelopes for my junk journal. That's like one of my favorite things to do because you can tuck in so many things and it just looks really, really cute. If you guys want to see a tutorial on how I do my envelope junk journal, make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you let me know at the bottom of the video. I'll gladly do that for you guys. I don't have one right now in front of me because I'm doing this in my kitchen, but I do have some upstairs. Trust me, it turns out awesome. Okay, so let me stop talking and let me get back to the video. So I have here a few that I already did, okay, off camera. I showed you guys these already. Let's tuck these in here, okay? So I'm just gonna very random, okay, just put them in my journal in a very random manner, okay? Not specifically any way, very random, okay? I'm gonna start from the middle actually. I'm gonna start from, see the signature right here? I want to start back here, okay? So I want to put this particular one in first, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're going to glue this down to the journal page, okay? Now you can also glue this side also down. I like to keep them like that, okay? I like to just glue one side. It makes, I don't know, I just like it that way. So sticky glue will be perfect for this. I'm using my double-sided tape because I don't mind using it, but if you have sticky glue, I think probably would be better if you ask me, okay? So make sure you want your flap to be the way, your open area to be the way it is. Measure and glue down just like that. Now I have a little area where I can tuck in whatever I have, whatever I want. I can tuck it in on this side as well. Okay, and I'm good to go. Okay, now I'm going to skip a few pages, and I'm going to do the same thing with this page. On this page, I'm going to put the little one. Maybe I'll put the little one on this side. Okay, we can do that as well if we want. Okay, let's do that. I love doing these kind of projects because it just really helps you get rid of all your extras goodies that you have at home, and at the same time you're creating something fabulous for yourself. Okay, there you go. See, little pocket, perfect. On this side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kick it up a little notch. Let's use one of these. Here, let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna use, this is just a simple little page from a book, okay, and this is an envelope. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put this onto this page right here, okay, but because the envelope is opening this way, I'm gonna flip it this way to make it easier for myself. Okay, and then this way it opens this way. Okay, so you have to make sure you have the right arrangement when you do these envelopes, because you don't want to have the envelope opening this way and then it's going to be super hard to put stuff in, which, you know, it really depends on how you want to do it. It's not really, it doesn't really matter. If you do it that way, that's fine too, if you're okay with it. Okay, so let's glue down. I'm going to glue down this sheet of paper, which is just a paper that I ripped from a notebook, from a book. Okay, and then I'm going to add this envelope right in the middle of this here. Okay, and there you have it, another nice pretty page. I open this, put whatever I want in here, I close it, and boom, done. So that's basically how I like to put these books together, guys. It's very simple, right? So simple that anybody can do this. Okay, let's do a few more, and then I'm going to show you the front of the book, how I want to put it together. Just like that. You got this, you got this. This is so brilliant. I absolutely love this idea. Okay, and there you have it. For this page, I'm going to skip the page, and then for this page, I'm going to use this, but I want to include this lined paper. Okay, let's see how we are going to do that. How are we going to include this lined paper? Is very simple. We are going to put this here, and this will be in the middle. You know what? Maybe I'll leave this for another page. I like this like this by itself, actually. Yeah, I'll do that for another page. I like this like this. See, you can put something here, you open it up, you can put something here, and you can put something here. Okay, I like this like this better. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna work on the front of the book, because if you remember, I started from the back. Okay, I really like this this envelope that I got over the mail. It says here, I love this here. I love that. So I'm going to add that in here. And then on this particular one, I want to maybe put it somewhere here. So I'm gonna glue this part down. Okay. It would be nice if I can glue this down like this, but not interfering with the flap. Like that, see? And then I can add something here if I want. Perfect. I want to glue this side also, so I'm gonna put some tape on this side. And then I'm just gonna close this. Like that, and then we're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna see magic. Woo! See that? That's so cute. I love that. Okay, very nice. This is pretty. I like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna work the beginning of the book, okay? Because I skipped. Remember, I started from the signature. From here on is where I started. So now I'm gonna go this way. Now, for this particular side, end of the book, I want to use this, which is what I showed you guys earlier. This is just part of a page of a book. For this, I'm thinking I might want to put this in here, and then this like this. And why I'm doing that is because I can actually do some journaling in this notebook page right here, and it's gonna look actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to put some tape, and I like the fact that it has these over here. You can actually cut them if you want, but I think it gives a really nice texture to the journal. Okay, now I have here some of these little, this has the months and the days over here, so I don't want to cover that. I want to leave that like that so it shows, just like that. See that? So now we're going to glue this down, and we're very easily and simple. Oh, I think I finished. Did I? Yeah, I'm done with this. Very simple and easy. We're creating a traveler's little junk journal, and it just looks fabulous. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing like I did before, just like this. And I don't mind that it's sticking out that way. If you don't like that, you can always obviously trim it if you want. I don't mind that. Okay, there you go. See that? So when you open this up, you get this really beautiful image. Now, I don't mind that this is here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice envelope size here. Now, this is a really simple envelope. This is basically a regular envelope, and I just basically, for example, if it was like this, I just basically fold it to the size that I wanted it. I stapled, well, I didn't staple this one. Maybe I should staple it. Staple the ends so it doesn't come apart. Just like that. If you hear my doggy bark, I'm sorry. Just like that. And you're going to glue this down here, and then you have this little flap so you can tuck in either a tag or whatever you want to tuck in. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, maybe we'll do it like this so that we can, no, we'll do it down here, just in case you want a tag that's long, you can tuck it in. Okay, there you have it. I love this. See that? So you open it up, you have this beautiful, gorgeous scenery right here. You have a cute little pocket over here, some journaling over here, some journaling over here, some journaling over here, and that's perfect. Let's go to the next page. Next page, what we're gonna do is, let's see what else I have in here. I have some of this notebook paper that I also want to use. So let's do that. Let's get some, let's get some envelope. I want the envelope to open this way. Okay. Okay, so let's glue down this envelope. It's just simple envelope. Nothing fancy, just a simple envelope. Glue it down. I want this to open this way. Okay. And then I want to use this, right? But how am I going to use this? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue. I'm going to add some glue over here, and I'm going to put this onto the glue. This is going to close this way, and it's going to give you a little journaling kind of page, okay? So let's do that. Just like that. It's going to come over this way. So then when you come to this page, you can tuck something in here. You can write something here if you want, and that looks awesome. Okay, I love that concept. Okay, let's skip a few pages. Let's see how we are up to 26 minutes. Okay, that's not so bad. Skip a few pages and let's continue on. Another fabulous thing that you can use, and I love using this, is I love to use these patterns to decorate my journal. Now what I do is, how I use this is, I just take out the pattern and just save this pattern so you can use it on other projects, obviously. And what I want to do is I want to glue this down here onto my journal page, okay? And I'm going to use this kind of like a little envelope, okay? So that's what you're going to do. You can always trim it if you want. You can always bend it if you want, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bend it. And you can bend it this way too if you want. Let's see, do we want to bend it this way or do we want to bend it the other way? I think I'm going to bend it this way. Okay? But I don't want to cover too much of these fabulous ladies. So I'm going to bend it a little bit this way. I'm going to use my bone folder to create my crease. Okay. You're going to use your tiny attacher and you're going to staple here. One staple here. One staple here. This is going to create a little pocket for you. You're going to glue this down onto your paper. Okay, just like that. And now you created yourself a cute little pocket where you can put stuff in here, okay? And you can put something in here. So let's say you wanted to put like a tag in here. You can just tuck in a tag over here, and you can just tuck in something in here as well, okay? I love, love, love that idea. And then this over here, I purposely did that because I think what I want to do is I might just want to cut this out. I'm not sure yet. Just leave it there for now. I might want to, or maybe we can, you know what we can do is we can actually bend it so it can come over the next page. And what we can do is we can actually use washi tape over here, and then when you need to open it, just put whatever you want in here and then seal it again. So that's what we'll do. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, I think this book is coming along really, really nice. I'm gonna put, let's see, oh my god, half an hour. I'm gonna put a little bit more of more envelopes, and then I'm gonna stop the video, and then we're gonna come back and we're going to decorate the inside of the journal. Okay, so let's put a few more envelopes. let's see here. I also love to use these are the little pouches that you get when you develop pictures. I got this one at Walgreens, but I guess anywhere you go, maybe like Walmart or whoever you develop your pictures with, sometimes they give you like a little, you know, package like this. Don't throw those away. These are fabulous to include in your junk journal, or what I'm doing right now, which is my traveler's junk journal. So we're going to use this also as part of our traveler's journal. I want to skip a few pages, and then I want to glue this down. Okay. Oops. My address is here? No, it doesn't show. I don't want you guys to see where I live. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera because I have my address showing, and I don't want you guys to see where I live. Okay, so let's glue this down just like that. Okay, don't worry about this here. We can always cover this with paper if you want, or you can just leave it as is. Doesn't really matter. That way you can tuck in something that you want in here, wherever you want. You can close it. Done. I love it. Don't you guys love this idea? I think this is fabulous. And now my journal that look very, very sad now has some fabulous life to it, doesn't it? It's just amazing with so many little things that you can actually do and make this journal just look awesome. I love it. Okay, so I think that we have more or less some things in here. I have one more thing that I want to add into this journal before I go on to the next step, and that is I want to add this cute little this is from another page that this is from the same book that I showed you guys earlier, but I created a kind of like a little I don't know, like a little pocket sort of. So I want to, you're gonna have to use either tape over here if you want, or you can use your tiny attacher. I'm gonna use some tape. Okay, maybe a little tape right here, and maybe a little tape right here. So this way, if you want to put something in here, it doesn't fall off. Okay, and then I'm going to glue, let's see here, kind of like this side to show. So I think I'm going to glue it on this side because I want this side to show. But then if I open it, it doesn't really matter. How about if we switch it around? Alright, I guess it doesn't really matter. I like this side to show, but at this point it doesn't really matter. So let's glue this down. Okay, I'm having a hard time because I really love this side of the page. You know what I'm gonna do, because I'm so hard-headed, I'm going to rip this. I'm going to use this side here, and I'm going to use this pocket side here, just because I love this maps. I think it's beautiful, and it's a shame to cover it. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to use this one on this side here. Just like that. Okay. And then, see, you can use this little section if you want to tuck things in here. Just like this. You can if you want to, or you can tuck in a journal page. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll tuck in, let's see, do I have a striped journal page? Maybe not. could tuck in if you want a journal page like this. If you want, it's up to you really. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Maybe you know what I'll do? I'm gonna fold this. Okay, just like this. Hold on, hold on. And I'm gonna tuck this in here like that. So if I have something to write or I wanna, you know, document something, I could document it in this page. Okay, I think that sounds about right. And I think we're basically done, guys, with kind of assembling this journal to something much better than what it originally looks like. What do you guys think? Isn't that fabulous? I absolutely love this page. This is my favorite page ever. I also have another one here, and I have to definitely include this in here somehow. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one for, let's see. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to try to incorporate it in this particular little traveler's notebook, because I love that image. But I think basically this is already done. I mean, we transform a simple journal into a fabulous traveler's junk journal. I absolutely love this. On my next video, which is going to be coming up next, we're going to decorate the front of this journal, and we're going to add some goodies inside this traveler's junk journal. Okay, so if you guys are willing to stick with me for another probably half an hour video, make sure you come back and you see the second part of this video. If you don't, I totally understand. Thank you so much for watching me, and thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you guys on my next video. If not, I'll see you on my following video. All right, thank you, honey. I'll be right back.